You gotta put yourself out there. People want to hear what you have, and if you haven't shared your craft yet, like 20 flow.
I love that. Also, like, music timestamps things for me, because if I want to know how I was feeling when I was like 22 years old, 21, I'll listen to some of my music back then. I was like, damn, that's some gangster shit. I was like, oh man, that shit. What's up? Welcome back, SongLab Live. My name is Fleek. Today, I got a phenomenal guest with me. I'm gonna pass the camera off to that side and let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Cleopatruuh.
What's up, Cleopatruuh? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for coming. Thank you for chopping up with me.
Yes, thank you for having me.
For those of viewers out there, this is the music section of our conversation. If you want to get into the real stuff, go to FleekSauce, because that will be a different conversation. But this is music-based conversations that we have here. So my first question to you, and this is conversational style, so feel free to ask me questions too. What do you love about music?
Oof. Man. What I love about music mainly is the fact that it brings people together. It doesn't matter. I listen to a lot of world music, so like even the languages I don't understand, it still can bring a rhythm that can make you dance and like want to connect with people. Yeah. And I really appreciate people who put intentionality behind the words in their music, because it can uplift you or empower you or resonate to something that you're going through at that time. So I feel like my favorite part is just like being able to find that connection with the sound and the artist and what they're expressing, and then being able to experience that in your body.
For sure. How would you describe your musical style?
Oh.
I mean, I know you described it to me, but I want like everyone else to know like how you describe it.
I describe my music very experimental. I'm still finding my sound. I feel as if I love a lot of different genres and I want to mix and merge. So there's like a little hint of spirituality hidden in there, but I use like darker gothic beats. I'll be speaking on like my depression or, you know, going into like those heavier emotions in a poetic sense. So it's very experimental. It has many different layers. There's so many different things that I like to incorporate, whether it's like something that I've heard within a movie or something. Like I'll title my music. I've had titled music based off of interviews or, you know, just hearing a phrase. So stuff like that. It's very intuitive and just find my flow with it.
Yeah, beautiful. So what's it like collaborating with you? Like, what is your collaboration process?
My collaboration process, when I'm making music, I try to show up with words written. I'm a songwriter. That's where I originate. Like I started with writing poetry, and then my poetry led to my music. So with the things that I write, I try to go back and like if there's something that really hit me or that I want to emote, I'll take a piece of that writing and maybe use that and write more or elaborate on the storyline of it, or I'll create like a freestyle based off of, you know, a hook or something of that nature. And like I said, I've been in different genres. I've dated musicians. They have a really particular thing. For me, like I don't have too much of a fully understanding of like the technicalities, but I'm like, it sounds good to me.
Feels
so
good.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm like, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the collaboration aspect. What are you doing in terms of like learning about the music industry?
When it comes to the music industry right now, I'm in an all-female DJ collective, and it's called Horizon. So,
shout out Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon. And that's ran by DJ Lavender. That's my girl. And she's coordinated this beautiful group of artists that are producers, DJs, performers, and stuff of that nature. And I feel like right now I'm in the process of being their social media manager. So I'm witnessing like the backside of the marketing of music. And I earlier this year started to learn how to DJ. So I'm really excited about that. And I feel like within the industry, I'm not too much aware. I'm not too much in the mainstream of knowing all those things, but I'm still like, I'm in it, but I'm not like fully in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's okay, because it's the known unknowns.
Yes.
We're all figuring this out together.
Yes, I'm going with the flow. It feels good, sounds good. All right, cool, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make some music.
That's dope. So what are your goals in the next coming year in terms of your music and what you're working on?
I would like to have an EP or an album come out. I feel like more of an album. I've dropped an EP a few years ago. My first EP versus the past, I've only done singles. So this year I really want to create a storyline of, sound that takes people on a journey and it takes them through different things that I've experienced. So I see that coming up, and I would like to collaborate with new producers, new musicians. I started learning my bass guitar last year. I was gifted a guitar. So I've been working on that and then finding my vocals and figuring out what type of things I want to do with my voice. And I want to coordinate and have like a female band. That's kind of the jam I'm aiming for. Like I could see myself with a few different bands live and then DJing and stuff of that nature, being able to do like acoustic sets or like pop-ups where we just jam out on First Friday or something like that. Yeah. And then I want to also have music that's accessible for people to continuously listen to and like work on getting into doing more music videos and stuff of that nature.
Okay, big plans. Yes. Big plans. Yeah, you're going to knock all those things out. Yeah. Your ears going to be popping. Hopefully we connect on some of those things. Yes. The SongLab Live, we talk about that later, you know what I mean? What advice do you have artists that are just getting into music? Like, what would you either tell them or even like your younger self whenever you first start loving, like what advice would you give that person to?
Ooh. Well, I started music when I was like 19. So I was very shy, and my ex at that time, he was like, you got to share like your words and your voice. And I was like, I don't know. And like he would auto-tune it and refine it and whatever. And I was like, I'm not sure about this. But then I started to accept myself. So I feel like what I would say then to myself right now is just allow yourself to explore. Like there's no other way to do it than doing it, and put it out there, because you don't know who needs to hear those words or that message at that time, and it's going to hit their resonance how they need to resonate with it. Yeah. So really make sure that you don't gatekeep your art. Yeah. And I'm notorious for it. I withhold a lot of art, a lot of projects and stuff. So making sure you showcase that and pop your shit, like own it. You made it and spread it all over the world. Like don't let social media or like, oh, I didn't get that many streams or, all that type of stuff. Like, don't worry about that in the beginning. You got to find yourself and find what you want to do with it and figure out what your sounds are going to be for the world, because sound is vibration. So it's going to change you.
I love that. Yeah. And I really love that you said don't gatekeep your art, because we can be our own critics and perfectionists. Yep. And we wanted to sound it this way. And, I've done that myself, just going back and forth on like a final draft or something. And then just like, I don't even think I want to put it out.
Never shares it.
Yeah, just never share it. Yeah, so definitely don't gatekeep your creativity. Yeah. Let it out. It's part of your essence, your being.
Yeah, you're emoting. So I feel like a lot of artists, we're utilizing our arts and our crafts, specifically music, to take those emotions that we can't say in a normal conversation, but I could put it to a rhythm, to a beat, and it comes out more complete and more understandable, you know what I mean? And like I feel like making a sound that resonates with where you are in an emotional sense, like that's going to liberate you already by allowing yourself to be heard for the first time. So allow yourself to be heard. That's another message. Like you got to put yourself out there. People want to hear what you have, and if you haven't shared your craft yet, like 2020 flow.
I love that. For also, like, music timestamps things for me, because if I want to know how I was feeling when I was like 22 years old, 21, I'll listen to some of my music back then. I was like, damn, that's some gangster shit. I was like, oh man, that shit. If I go back there, I'll tell him to calm down, like, relax, bro, take it easy, man.
I feel that. I definitely I like that about art in general. Is like you're able to just look back at your progress, and like there's always going to be progress. You're like, ooh, I was making this. I was ahead of myself like a little bit, but let's bring it back and refine it, So I really do like being able to listen to my old music, because like I feel like when I started making music, it was very heavy. I was making emo boy music. Like I love that sound. I was listening to a lot of like Xavier Wolf, Bones, Little Peep, all that type of stuff. So that's the type of emotions that I was putting out, and I was just like, I don't know myself, but through that emotion and through those songs, I was like, wow, I'm telling myself who I am or what I think of myself or what I think of these situations at this time. So
absolutely, that's so powerful.
it is.
So I really appreciate you coming on the program, sharing with us your history in music.
Yes.
This is part one. We're going to do this more. We're going to follow up, in the project. We're going to get out some dates for people to come back. You're just whipping Nene. Like, what are we doing? We're gonna
what is the word? What in 2023?
Hey, I'm not judging. I whip and Nene.
No, we gotta do it.
No, that's like dancing. We'll talk about that in our part 2 about what it means to dance, because dancing is important.
It is.
And releasing. Thank you everyone for jumping on our show today. Thank you everyone for watching SongLab Live. Make sure you follow her. Let me get your socials to everyone where they can follow you.
My social, you can find me on Instagram at Cleopatruuh, but it's not an A at the end. It is 2 U's and an H, so Cleopatruuh, like Cleopatra. I am shadow banned, so you got to type the whole thing out. I'm not going to just pop up.
Ooh, how'd you get shadow banned?
I'm too sexy for the internet. I broke it.
Broken the internet out here.
I done broke it. They're like, we don't want to see all that. I'm like, damn it.
Yo, thank you for coming on the show, and we're going to transition to our FleekSauce. Appreciate you.